Well, hi students and welcome to week 14. Oh my gosh, we have this week and next week and we are done. All right, hang in there. We're almost over. Okay. Historical fun fact. 54 years ago this Thursday, the first PhD dissertation in computer science was awarded. So somebody named Richard Wexelblatt was the first candidate in a computer science program to complete a dissertation. Many PhD candidates had performed computer-related work, but his diploma, presented by the University of Pennsylvania, which was where ENIAC was housed, was the first one to carry the designation computer science. Yay, a PhD. Okay, and then the other thing is that, oh my gosh, so much math. 72 years ago on Sunday, the Eckert-Mauchly Computer Corporation was incorporated. So that's 72 years ago. Okay, so Eckert and Mauchly were huge proponents of computer design development. And so their computer corporation was incorporated after a dispute with the administration at the University of Pennsylvania over the ENIAC patent. J. Presper Eckert and John Mauchly started the company that, after several mergers, produced the BINAC for Northrop aircraft and the UNIVAC. Grace Murray Hopper joined Eckert-Mauchly Corporation as a senior mathematician in 1949. In 1950, before completing the UNIVAC, the company became a division of Remington Rand, IBM's main challenger throughout the 70s. Eckert, Mauchly, and Hopper were, I mean, if you have any interest in this at all, sincerely look them up. Okay, very good. Historical fun fact is over for this week. Yay. Okay, this week. So here's what's going to happen. We are going to do PowerPoint. So PowerPoint chapter 1 and the celebration of knowledge is next week. Okay, so the exam review is this week. So literally all you have to do. Here is this week's video lecture. Here is a TED Talk about how to avoid death by PowerPoint. Here is a funny video about life after death PowerPoint. Here is the information that you need to do. These are the steps to do the skill builder. And then the exam review is open. And also there is, so the exam review is the same as for Word and Excel. Unlimited attempts. Both of these are in my IT lab. Okay, unlimited attempts on the exam review to prep for the celebration of knowledge. And, you know, the points don't matter if you watch Whose Line Is It Anyway. The points don't matter for the exam review. And so you can work on that, and that will help you get ready for that. Now, this is optional. Again, this is similar to this. This is the exam review for file management. So next week you will have 2 exams. One is the PowerPoint exam. There is no cumulative final for this class. The exam for the PowerPoint and the file management exam are what you need to prepare for. So this is optional, but it's good practice and will get you ready. Okay, so this is the same kind of thing as when, remember back in week 2, do you remember how long ago that was? And so we did where you had to open the zipped folder, sorry, it's a folder. So if you use Firefox and Windows Explorer, it will open right here. Okay, and then let me get the instructions real quick. So these are the files. Come on, open up. So, and then here are the instructions. So you're going to create folders and you're going to move things. Oops, I don't need Excel. Go away. So you're going to create folders, right click, new folder, that kind of thing, and use those folders. Use these and move things so you can follow those instructions. Let me go back over here. At the very end, we give you the solution. Yours should look like this. But this is good practice for you to do that. Okay? All right. So 2 exam reviews because next week are the file management and the PowerPoint exam. And then the attendance journal. Do not forget that. So what about PowerPoint? Tell me about PowerPoint, Ms. Thompson, please. Okay, PowerPoint is similar to Word. in a lot of ways. Remember when I showed you Excel? Excel had some things the same in the ribbon because, this first part, the first part over here, this is a little bit different. So all three are different. All right, I'm going to go through. The ribbon is similar in a lot of different ways. Is similar in a lot of different ways. What does that mean? Okay, obviously it's morning and I haven't gotten my act together yet. All right, let's go over this. Okay, this part is very similar. Paste, cut, copy, format painter. That is the same as Word. Okay. Slide, we're working with slides. Remember, in Word it was pages. In Excel we had worksheets and cells, and now we have slides. So each of these is called a slide. Okay. So this is how you get a new slide. You can also right-click and duplicate the slide. You can delete the slide. The layout, there are several different kinds. I will admit to you, I did not know there were all these different types of slides. Usually I would just use the first one, the title slide, and then I would just add a new slide and I would just adjust it however I needed, because these are just text boxes. So when I actually took this class a couple of years ago, I found out about this and I went, holy cow, I had no idea these existed. So that was something that I learned that day. So there are different kinds. You can have a title slide, title and content, just only the section header to content. Anyway, you can figure that out. So you will use that. Then you can reset it. Then there are, you can add sections to slides. Okay, font is the same. Paragraph is the same-ish. Okay. These are the shapes that remember way back, everything is historical. When we did the getting started with Word and you had to add a shape to a document, these are the shapes. So this is the same kind of thing. You can arrange it. So this is the drawing section. You can fill things in, outline them, do shape. This is the same as Word, find and replace. Okay. Insert is the same as Word or Excel, where insert is where you want to add something to your document or your slide. Okay, so you can add a new slide. This is the same as right-clicking, okay, or adding it here. So there are several places to add new slides. You can put in a table. This is a table, the same as Word. These are, you can put in different kinds of pictures and screenshots, shapes, smart art, a chart, same as Excel. See, they start to come together. Trying to think. Comments. This is the same as in Word. If you were going to review a document, this is similar to Word. Okay, text box, header, footer, word art, date and time. Okay, this is the same as Excel. All right, and then this is about recording, and I'll get to that in just a second. Okay, so now to design your slides, if you remember in Word and Excel, you had different ways to add color and different kinds of charts and things like that to your documents. Now what you do is you put design on your slides. So if you click this little down arrow, these are the current slide formats available. So I know that Office 2019 is out, and I don't know at what point we're going to switch to it. What I do is I go in and I open up a folder and I capture these. So I open each of these PowerPoint presentations and I save them on my USB or in my documents, because these will go away more than likely. I mean, we don't still have the same ones from 2003 and 7 and 10. And so some of those PowerPoint designs are really nice. So if you want to keep any of these, I would suggest you go in and just open them up and then go File, Save As, and save them to your USB. I think when you do this, I can't remember if it's WISP that you need or organic. Okay, so you select your slide. So let's just say, I think it's organic. So you take this, and then these are the variants. So variants means how do they vary, right? So there's, this one is organic. This one is, it doesn't show what the variances are, but it'll tell you in the directions which one. You can change the size, and you can format the background. Okay. All right. Now, transitions and animations. Here we go. So transitions are the transitions between slides. I have an issue with them. Okay. Some people think it's really cute and really funny and amusing and entertaining to have the different slides. So what you can do is you can set them to fade in or push out or wipe away or split. There are all these different ways. You can have it open as curtains. You can have it fracture like glass. Okay. People think this is charming and amusing. Look at all these different things. After about 2, they become really time consuming and annoying, and they lose their charm and glamour in a presentation. If I'm in the audience, I have a real problem with a whole bunch of these because they lose, like I said, they lose their charm, they lose their innocence, and they become really annoying. The same thing with animations. So if you're going to use these, I mean, if your instructor tells you to use them, that's one thing. If you're in a class, like if you're in PowerPoint, you have to learn how to use them. That's one thing. But if you're doing a presentation, please keep these to a minimum because they are nothing but time consuming and distracting, and people will start to fidget in the audience. They are not funny after about the second time. So yes, you can go ahead and do them. You can use curtains if you want to open your first slide with curtains like in a theater. Okay, and then move on. Okay, as a consumer, as an audience member, I personally would rather just see each slide presented and not have every single part of the slide, every single bullet point show up. It just becomes really annoying, and it's the same with animations. So you can click on these the text boxes and then have these fly in, and you can have all these shapes and everything. Like I said, they become really annoying after a very short period of time, and people will start to get fidgety, and I would be the person. So use them sparingly, use them for emphasis. It's like using bold. If you bold an entire paragraph, you have not emphasized anything. So if you want to use this as a for emphasis or something, just use it sparingly, please. Okay, slideshow is how to do your slideshow. All right, so before we get to how to run your slideshow, let's go over here to setup. So you can set up your slideshow. You can rehearse your timings, because what you can do is you can do what I'm doing here. This is how I first started using this program that I'm using for to do these videos is called Camtasia. But when I first started teaching online, it really bothered me because I was teaching face to face. It really bothered me that I couldn't explain things to students. And so I was like, how can I talk to them? So I did this. It took me hours. I had to take screenshots of every screen, put it in a PowerPoint, and then narrate it. And you can use timings and just have it run. You can narrate and have it just run with timings. You can rehearse it. You can set it up. I did that, and I created a 0-point discussion, and I asked my students for feedback. And students said, well, it's nice to hear your voice. It's nice to hear your personality. It's nice to, you showed us how to do things and where to go with this. And then I got Camtasia, and now there's no stopping me. So anyway, so this is how you set it up. You can record it, and you can have it with narration and timings, and then it will just automatically play it without you being there. When you're ready to start your slideshow, you can play it from the beginning or from the current slide. So sometimes if you're here and you stopped, you can just pick it up from here, and then it just looks like that. And then there's a way to customize it. If you have more than one monitor, you can have the next slide on one monitor and show it that way. I'm not a double monitor person, so I don't know. Okay. So review is very similar to Word, so you can check for spelling. This is the same as in Word. Check for your accessibility. You can translate it. You can add comments, the same as Word if you're reviewing it. Compare, I don't think you're going to use. Okay, view is the same as in every other program. So you can set the view, the presentation views, so that you can see them. There's master views. You can set the ruler and grid lines and guides the same as in Word and Excel. You can zoom. You can change the grayscale. This is exactly the same as in Word. help and help. Okay, so that's pretty much how this works. It's a combination of Word and Excel. There are, for some reason, so I think this entails 4 slides, but for some reason it's 18 steps. So the smallest assignment that you have to do has the most steps. It's not horrible. It's actually a good little way to, like I said, I learned about the slide layout. I did not know it. So make sure you watch all the videos and submit that, and then do the exam review. Do the exam review for file management, and be sure you post to the attendance board and tell me one thing, at least one thing you learned this week, so that I know you're here. I really enjoy those, and it keeps you in class. All right, I hope you have a fabulous week. Get ready for this. Next week, there's not that much. Just I think the exam reviews, and maybe I'll let you know next week. And then just a reminder that next week is the last week of class, and that class ends on Saturday. So prepare for that. Okay? Have a fabulous week, and I'll talk to you next time. Thank you. Bye.